having a child with a karmic person can affect not only you, but the child also. Because now your lineage and that other person's lineage is intertwined together. So now you're sharing karmic debt. That's the reason why back then, if you look down in history, some of our passed down ancestors used to pick who they want their children to co-create with or marry, because they didn't want to be tied to a karmic family, a karmic bloodline. Some of the people that we create children with, we end up creating karmic children. And this is how some of our children birth into, even ourselves, we birth into karmic family, and you and that person and that child or children will always have issue in that family. You always have issue with that family because you kind of created a bondage, a contract with a karmic family. I always tell everybody, not only when you do a general reading, you also want to do an ancestral reading, because you want to see spiritually. I know some people don't like to talk about it, but spiritually there are rankings in the spiritual realm when it comes to family. Certain lineage have higher ranking than others, and that is why our ancestors back then, they never, they would be the one that would pick their children or parents or great grandparents. They used to pick the person that the child should get married, or the family they want the children to be in, due to the fact that that family probably didn't have a lot of karmic debt, or probably have nothing at all, or that lineage is very high ranking. When you birth a child in a karmic debt, like I said, you will have a lot of obstacles and a lot of problems. That child becomes a burden, can become a burden to you, and in the person you have the child with. 9 out of 10, that relationship is always up and down, up and down. There's always argument, fights, and a lot of things. And that child sometimes spiritually can start acting up, because that's a karmic child. But when you have a child that you birth with someone in a lineage or a family that doesn't have a lot of karmic debt, and your family probably don't have a lot of karmic debt, that child's attitude is different. That child has a different type of frequency, a different type of energy. That is why sometimes certain relationships you have with people doesn't really last, or there's always certain things going on. That person becomes toxic to you because that is probably a karmic soulmate. That's probably a karmic soulmate. And yes, we're going to cross paths with certain people, but sometimes it depends on your rankings. Certain ancestors will not allow you to co-create with that person, because due to the fact that the lineage they came from, the family, the bloodline they came from. So if you are looking to get an ancestral reading, click the link in the bio and book a session with me, or you can find a reader that also does the same type of reading, and you trying to see what's all in your lineage, your spiritual ranking. When it comes to spiritual ranking, your family, that is something that no reader cannot tell you. That is something that you yourself would know. It would have to come from your ancestors. No one can really tell you your spiritual ranking. That's a little, your ancestor, your lineage would not allow random people just tap in to, their background like that. But I always know that when it comes to having a children or co-creating with someone, this is how karmic families and karmic children are birthed, because one of the partners is from a bloodline that has a lot of karmic debt, and now we ended up in a cycle, or that child is born into a karmic family or a karmic parent. That's how even us ourselves, we're born into a karmic family, because one of our parents had a lot of spiritual karmic debt that they never cleared out, they never handled, they never fixed. So now you ended up being with a person that has a lot of karmic debt. So now your lineage is bound to these people. You're sharing karma. So now we're creating karmic family. So I think it's something that you should always consider getting an ancestral reading, because you want to be sure, even though you feel like the person is your soulmate and you want to have a child with the person and you want to have like a special bond. But I think creating a child, a life out of love is always better than, creating a life that comes with a toxic karmic energy, So if you're looking for ancestral reading, please go ahead and click the link in the bio. And I will never message you for anything. So if someone is messaging you, it is definitely not me. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye.